The legend is in the house, Mr. Marco Medoza.
How are you, Richie? So good to see you, brother. It's been a while. How are things with you? Happy birthday, first of all. Happy anniversary. That's quite an accomplishment, man. That's 666 shows. My respect, my hats off. I wanted to say that in person. When I saw that, I'm going, holy poop. This is good for you, man. That's a testament to when human nature, right? When we really want to do something, it's limitless. That's what the song talks about. It's like we can accomplish anything and achieve all our goals if we focus and we dedicate time and we put one foot in front of the other and we build, right, Richie?
And never give up. Never give
And
up.
never, ever, ever give up. That's the thing, and
Yeah.
that kind of reflects where I'm at right now with my solo career. Trying to lift it to see how far we can go with it, and it seems to be doing well. So I'm happy. A lot of work,
You
as
know,
you can imagine.
Marco, last year you was here twice in
Hmm.
May and in September. And then I also, of course, I follow you always, and because you are one of the Facebookers, the old school Facebookers, not Instagram. So I follow you on Facebook,
Thank
and
you.
I can't believe one day you are with Journey on stage, the next day is you are solo again. Then then that Daisies. Like, what the hell is going on? So
Yeah.
where are you actually now? You're in Spain or something like this. It looks like.
It looks like it, huh? No, I'm actually home. I got home a few weeks ago, and I've done 2 trips since I've been home down to Mexico, and yeah, it's a pretty busy schedule, and that's why sometimes I get a little sketchy. It's hard to get my footing, the different time zones, um, and my schedule is just so upside down. I try to make the best of it.
Absolutely.
Physically, it's draining, as you can
I mean,
imagine.
you
But
you're not you're not. I think you're still 36. Like,
yeah,
but
no, I'm actually going to be 95 next week. No.
that's you have no idea how many times I mention you when I talk to the bands, the young bands.
Hmm.
How many times I bring you on? This guy, he has already everything. He saw everything already. He was the biggest stages you can imagine, the biggest festivals, the biggest bands, and still doing the hardcore stuff. Be on tour, be always on the road, or
On the
one
move.
airport
Yeah.
here, airport there, and sleeping here, sleeping there, not the
Yes.
own bed. I salute you. This is dedication. This is for
Thank
me
you.
real. That's the real deal. If you do like this, you know,
Yeah, I think again, talking about your accomplishment. I mean, uh, you know, it's all about the secret in life. I don't have any. I mean, I've been around the block a few times, and like you said, I've been very lucky and very, very blessed, man. And I've been at the right place at the right time. I've done a lot, and it came out of nowhere. But I'm so grateful. I call it the attitude of gratitude. But the point is, when you do something that you love doing in life, it's just a pleasure. You can't have enough of it. And music to me became so important when I was in my teens. I never knew that it was going to be my career. So many years later, I just kept going for it because I learned a few chords on the guitar and I wanted to learn a few more. And then I realized I could play a few songs, and then I wanted to learn more chords so I could play more songs. And then the bass situation came around, and I fell in love with the bass. I started singing, and one thing led to another. And obviously, also, I tell everybody being in LA was a big factor,
of
because this
course.
is, the 80s and 90s, this is where it was all happening. And I landed here, and it wasn't a plan. I just got invited by a producer from Motown that was working with Motown, had worked with quite a few artists, saw me in San Diego playing a little club, and recruited me to do sessions and sing background vocals, and it was good, man. So yeah, I tell everybody still the young cats, and you can imagine I come across a lot of talented people, a lot of kids. I use a lot of younger cats in my band. I tell them if you can find a way to make it to LA, and I know that Nashville is now competing for that, but
Yeah.
I still believe LA is the place. And a few of my friends, a few of the musicians that I've used have decided to move here, and their careers are moving forward. Because if you have something to offer, this is the mecca. This is where all the tours start. This is where a lot of musicians, high concentration of musicians, are here. Producers, a lot of talent, a lot of tours go out from here, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, the industry is here still in a big way. So you want to be here. I tell the younger cats, if you're really serious about your music career, try to find a way to get here. You know, and that's all it's been for me, to be honest with.
Marco,
It's
some
yeah.
people greeting you. And
Oh,
I put it down on so Thorsten, he says, yeah, Marco always rocks. So
oh,
now you can thank them in person.
thank you, Thorsten. Thank you so
Then
much. From
Vanessa
Germany?
Miller, greetings
Uh-huh.
from Munich. Hope you are coming back again soon. We miss you, Vanessa Miller.
We're hoping, Vanessa. I'm hoping. We're working on that. Actually, next year looks really good. So stay tuned to MarcoMendoza.com, please. I need all your
Yes,
support.
Gerd from Austria, from Beethoven.
Oh, nice.
Then
Yeah, yeah,
Gisela
yeah.
from Bremen in Germany.
Nice. Very cool.
Jürgen Riepel from Germany.
Very cool. Look at this. I
Loami
didn't know.
from Germany.
Uh-huh. Alles klar, Germany. Alles klar.
Kurt
Thank you so much.
he's a singer from Beethoven. Every band
Uh,
around Marco is great. I agree.
yes. There's a lot of talent, man. I was saying I have been very lucky. Greetings
Peter Krause
from
is
Peter
greeting
Krause
you.
from
Yes.
Germany, obviously.
I must say I was so happy when I saw you back with the Daisies. How this happened?
Oh, back now? I'm not. I'm not back.
Yes,
That's
but you was.
oh, no, no. I haven't been back since 18. 18 was the last year that I toured with them.
Why I saw these videos.
Yeah,
Some
there's some.
like
There's yeah. There's some issues right there, but I mean, I'm flattered to be included anywhere, even if I'm not there. But no, schedules didn't work out. I had prior commitments, and to be honest, um, when Glenn decided to move forward, whatever, it was a mutual thing. Um, I've been a little busy, you know.
but
But there's some
but
videos out there, and I hear from people all over the place that they think I'm coming. And just
mhm.
to clarify that, I'm not there. Michael Devon is there playing bass and singing. He's great. The band is great. John is back. The music is
Slowly
awesome.
Whitesnake is together, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian
So
Tichy, I guess. I don't know who. Now I'm confused because I thought that's a right quite new
yeah,
video with you.
what happened? What happened is we did a lot. We shot a lot of videos. We did a lot. We recorded a lot of music, and for the best part of 6 years or 5.5 years, we were out there. We were working it really hard, even before Doug and Brian and John Karabi were there.
Yeah,
I was
I
part of
was
that
hoping
that
that was the
mix
reason
with
why
David
I wrote
Lowy.
to you.
Uh
That was
huh.
the reason why I wrote to you. Say, oh Marco, now he's with the Daisies. Maybe I have a
Oh
chance to
no,
get
I
Daisies in
didn't
the
see
house.
that.
Is it? Yeah,
I'm so sorry, but I have a new album out, so I we could talk about that and
yeah,
a
of
few other
course.
things that I'm doing. I'm doing the new Iconic album and just quite a little bit of activity, a lot of action. I'm going back. I got back a few weeks ago, like I said, and I'm going back in
We're
two
talking
weeks.
about New Direction, right? The
New
album.
Direction, the last release that came out last September,
Yes.
and I managed to promote it a little bit and tour behind it. But it came in later in the year. Um, Maybe this year would have been the better choice. But after the pandemic, Richie, everything was got turned upside down. There's no formulas. There's no answers. There's no go this way. If you want to go from point A to B, this is the way to go. It's all a guessing game, and
Yeah.
which is fine. With somebody like me, I can navigate and I can adjust and keep moving forward. But to be honest, I'm really trying to focus on my music. And the reason for that is that the response has been pretty cool. I managed to do 12, 13 net festivals this year, including Vakken,
Wow.
I mean, we got washed out, as you heard
Yes.
about it. I
Yes.
mean, wow. But the fact was is that I was there. I got invited as a solo artist for the first time. I've done Vakken, I don't know, 7, 8 times now through the years with so many bands.
This was a
And
challenge this year, right?
it was a challenge, and we were afraid at the last, 2 weeks before, a week before, we were concerned, even days before. We didn't know if we were gonna, if it was gonna happen.
You know,
But but
you
but
know,
I got the green light, and they said yes, we're going. I mean, they took a hit on the ticket sales, obviously, but there was still, I hear there was still 50, 60,000 people that showed
yeah,
up. So that's
I
pretty
heard.
big, man.
I
Uh,
you know the band All for Metal?
yes.
Yes, last week, Titzel and Antonio was here, and they told
Uh,
me, and I saw them actually a video. They arrived in last minute, and then there was nobody there in front of the stage. I said, what the fuck? Now we are in Wacken and we have a rehearsal. But then they opened the gates, and then it was full. So this was like a roller coaster ride.
are you there, Richie? Is this better?
Yeah, he's back. Yeah.
I moved around a little bit, I think, and you know what's happening here in the U.S. or in California. I don't know if it's like that everywhere in Germany, but we everything is on via Wi-Fi, everything, and so there's 5 people in the house. Everybody's tapping it. So my apologies. I don't know if that's what it was. I turned off. I got off. I logged back in. I moved around a little bit, and it seems to be good. Okay, right?
Marco, can you make a landscape?
Oh, like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, Marco,
Okay.
now I tell
Yeah.
you what, we take a picture, and then I need, I have two messages from you,
Hmm.
and both are a little bit the picture not so good, but now it's clear. So we take a picture now, you and me,
Okay.
and
Hold on.
rock and roll. And I show you a gentleman you know for sure,
Hmm.
whom let's say where is my friend? Yeah, check this out.
What's up, everybody? It's Joel Hoekstra of Whitesnake here, and you're watching Metalheads Forever. Keep rocking.
Awesome,
He's great,
Joe.
great guy.
He's great. What a player. Great guy though.
Yeah.
Fun to
So Marco,
hang.
now we have
Yes,
a
sir.
great picture. We have a good sound. Now I need another one from you. Legendary message for Metalheads Forever Rockcast, Joe. I would really high appreciate this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Without
All
me
right.
and
Hey guys, this is Marco Medoza. Been around for a little bit with a few bands. I'm doing my solo stuff right now. Check it out. New Direction, latest album. And I want to congratulate Ritchie for his accomplishment. It's quite a trip, quite a journey for him, and I got to give him a lot of credit. 666 shows, Metalheads Forever. Wow, mind blowing. Just gives you an idea of what you really want to do. Something you can do it, and just believe in yourself. Don't stop for anything. Never give up. Keep walking. Shoot for the stars. Congratulations, brother. Peace.
thank you. That's
You're welcome.
touching. So, dear Marco,
Yes, sir.
this was so many times I hear this song, Leah, you feel it come from a heart. This is a
Yes.
ballad, not cheesy. This is from a heart. This is dedicated to your wife. How she cope with this? That you're always on the road and how this works?
Well, that's where the song came from. A little story, if we have time.
Of course.
Soren and I flew. I had a. I'm trying to remember the dates, but this was back in 19. I was starting. Wait a minute. Yeah, it was. Anyway, I was starting a tour in Germany, in Sulpich. And Soren, who I love working with, we had started Viva la Rock, and we put some time aside to finish. to do the album, and we got together for, I want to say 10, maybe 11 days, something like that. And we got in there and we started working. Him and I have such great chemistry, and it's very creative and it's a lot of fun. And we don't really dissect everything. We just go instinct. So boom, boom, we start writing songs and we go with it. And if it sounds good to him and good to me, we just go. And every time we get together, we write an average of like 20 ideas, 20 something ideas, and then we pursue the best one. Anyway, we were at the end of the session, 10 days, 11 days, something like that. And I was leaving in the morning, and I remember it was midnight, almost past midnight, almost 1 in the morning. And I had a flight at 9 a.m. And we're looking at the board, our work board, and we're going, oh my gosh, we forgot the ballad. Because I always like to include a ballad. And we look at each other, and I'm like, no. And he's a big fan of Still in Me, which came from Live for Tomorrow, the first album. It's a little on the bluesier side. And he says, man, I have this chord progression. Let me play it for you, and let's see what happens. I say, yes. And I'm not kidding you, Ritchie. Within half an hour, the song was written. The chords were so beautiful. I just went along with the lyrics. And what happened is I was starting to miss, like I do from time. I was in that place where I was missing my home. I was missing being home with my kids, with my wife, my nest, because I had realized that in the whole year, this is September, and I had been home couple of times, so you start missing because there was a lot of work. So it just came out, and I was just dedicating it to her because she's amazing. She supports my career in every possible way. She's a great mom, great wife, great friend, and it just came out to the point where it was really emotional in the studio. Soren had to stop me a couple of times. He says, bro, are you okay? Because I get
there goes the rock and roll image down the drain.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been around.
Great, I love it.
The tough guy thing. I just turned into a very an emotional, not wreck, because it was beautiful. I've learned in my older years that it's okay to cry, actually, because I didn't for the longest time. So I got really emotional, and that's where the lyrics came from. And that's probably, I think people can feel it. I hear that a lot. It's, we can hear the emotion in your voice, Marcus, because it was.
Yes.
We had to stop a couple of times because I had a knot in my throat, like I'm thinking about it right now. I'm not getting chills. And I think that's the best when songs come out of true emotions, true feelings. You can't capture that unless it's real, and it's beyond performance and melody and the quality of this and production. It's all emotions, and I think human nature, we can feel that when somebody's singing from that place. And so that's what it was. And I remember we did it. It was done quick, and I had to go to the hotel, get a few hours of sleep, pack up, leave in the morning. And I remember calling Soren when I landed in Dusseldorf or whatever, Cologne. I said, Soren, what happened last night? I said, I don't know, bro, but it's beautiful and I love it. And I'm going, are you sure? Let's redo it. Let's find time to redo it again so I could perform better. And he says, no, Marco, it's really happening. And so That's the relationship we have. Soren and I trust him completely. He's one of those brothers, we came from the same place, different time frame. But so we worked together, and I trusted him, and he was right, Then the label wanted to do a video, and we happened to be in Mallorca for a few days off. That's why you see me, I'm all beat up from not resting and being out on the road for 3, 4, 5 months or whatever. And we had a few days off, and they sent the crew, and we shot a video, and there you go. That's how things happen in my life, my career. It's
beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
I love it.
Thank
Marco,
you, brother.
I know you're sober for over 30 years. I did just my 26th year in September.
Congratulations, another one.
Still on.
That's a landmark, bro. Good, more important than anything for us.
Yeah.
Recovering alcoholics and addicts. Yeah.
You get some beer now, but it's a beer only to look at. Peter Krause asked for raise the glasses, and I say thank you. Another donation, coffee donation to Jürgen Rippel. Jürgen, danke dir. You drink the monster drink. So it looks like this. All the beers, alcohol-free beer.
Oh, nice. Cool. So,
And
yeah,
Günther.
36 years, September 20th.
36 years sober. Wow. Yeah.
1987, September 20th.
Look all this here. All the beers are for you, but you can give it to all the people.
Yes, sir. In spirit. I
Yeah,
realize
Susie
I know where it
does.
comes from. It comes from a good place. Thank you so
Renji.
much. Congratulations, guys.
Later Sons.
Later Sons.
Right. You know, you mentioned before, and you have two tracks. I really, beside Leah. Leah is unbelievable, nice song, lovely song. But you have two great songs. The one from this album, another great song from another album.
Mm-hmm.
The one is Take It to Limit. This is a killer, and another one, it's of course, it's you know what song? Viva la Rock.
Oh, Viva la Rock from the previous album. Yeah.
And we
People
play
dig
now.
that, man. They just dig. That's a cranker. It gets the
great.
party going. I know. And all the players that play with me, they go, Marco, that's because I always try to change the set around a little bit. I always try to offer something new and surprises, you know, because I have 4 albums, Ritchie, as a solo artist. And with the trio, the Latin funk jazz trio, I have 5 albums. So a lot of music to choose from, a lot of there's a catalog there. And when you go out and do your shows, you always try to try something different, you know. But those songs are the favorites, man, and you can't deny it. People want to hear it. So, and the players, they love to play it. So I go with their instincts and I follow their instincts and I go with my instincts and we go. But yeah, it's going to be hard not to play those songs in this coming tour that starts November 9th, actually, in Romania. November 9th, I got a gig there, a couple of gigs in Romania, and then we start in the UK November 16th. We'll be in Wales November 16th. The 17th will be in London at the Black Heart, the Forum in Darlington, Bannerman's in Edinburgh, and then we go to the Netherlands to work with Adrian Vandenberg. As a special guest. I know that's going to be a great run. The tickets are selling. I forgot to say, November 16th, the Patriot in Crumlin, Wales. All the information and all the updates is you go to marcomedoza.com. It's all there.
Yeah.
But so I'm waiting to see some of you guys, if not all of you guys, come over and hang. We always have a good time and we always play new music and it's always fun, man. I always try to be creative on the spot, you know, and I always love to I appreciate the audiences and I love it when they participate. So that's a focus of mine, you know.
Give the people a taste, Marco.
Yeah.
Viva la Rock. And you are actually a guy. You're touchable. You take the people in the arm. You make pictures. You the experience. And that's for free.
Meet and greet.
Because many charging now for this.
Yeah, meet and greet after every show. Absolutely.
Yes, cool. You know, your career is so amazing. You know, and what I want to ask you one question. When you are on stage, let's say with the Daisies before, or with Journey not long ago, the legend Journey, and you have 18,000 people arena, and then you go on tour again and you have 100 in the club.
Yes.
How you feel? You have first this roller coaster. You first in the sphere of stardom again, and then whoops, you're back. It doesn't matter for you.
Of course it matters, you know. But if you can't let that. And I like to keep firmly planted, you know. I like to keep my feet firmly planted. There's a lot of factors involved. There's lack of marketing, lack of promotion, or not enough. The pandemic killed the momentum that we started building back in 2019. We had a lot of momentum. The label was behind. We were doing a lot of work to build it and to get it to a certain level. And we did. We got invited to a bunch of shows in 20, a lot of festivals, a lot of the big ones, which looks like it's going to happen now in 24. 24 is going to end up being what 20 was supposed to be.
Yeah.
At least I'm hoping. We'll see, because it's never been the same. So the pandemic hits, and it destroyed everything, every momentum that we had, uh, promotion wise, marketing wise. Everybody takes a financial hit, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of factors involved, you know. The fact that I got called, you know, Neil and I have been friends for a long time. I have the ultimate respect. He's one of the great guitar players of our time, in my
Absolutely.
opinion, and he's a great friend. He called. They were in the jam. Randy Jackson was supposed to do the tour, and something happened, and he called me. He says, "Bro, what's your schedule? Are you available? We have this time frame that we need to do dates." And just so happened that things were changing for me too, so I was available. It was changing in the UK. I had a bunch of dates in the UK, and Prime Minister decided to extend the lockdown, and so all of a sudden, within days, it was a trip. So I was available. I did the run, and it was great fun, great playing that music, you know, legendary music. I fell
Absolutely.
in love with all the guys. I got to really get close and personal. I met Jonathan for the first time. He's the ultimate pro cat man, talent.
Jonathan
Uh,
Cain.
yeah,
Yeah.
and of course, you know, the whole run was great. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is a temporary thing. You know, we don't know where things are going to go and all that. So I knew that. But having said that, I had set my heart and my passion and my focus on my solo career. We still had New Direction to finish, and I was really excited about the songs. In my opinion, we have some good songs. The shows that we had done back in 19 were really, we got some great reviews. Everything was really good. So I was here playing, but my focus was somewhere else.
Mm.
To be honest, I'm being totally honest. Now, not to say that, you know, if things would have changed and I had the opportunity to hang out, I probably would have done it. I don't know, but in this business, you don't know. So when that ended, and then I moved on to do my solo stuff, I got excited again and I got lit up, because there's nothing like having your own music, Richie. I can't explain it to you. Everybody,
Yes.
talk to everybody that has the opportunity, that has had the opportunity to play with some of the big bands. When you start writing your own music and you stand behind your own lyrics and you have your own message and you do the shows you want to do, and it starts uh, doing well and well received, man, you got to go for it. There's nothing like it. Whether it's, and I have to be honest, whether it's 50 people, 200, 380, thousands, like I have. I did quite a few festivals, and people were really lit, you know, really happy. And so I know I have something to say and I have something to offer. And before it becomes harder for me to do it physically or whatever, right now the doors are opening up. So you go there.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and you
Keep
take it
doing, my
with a
friend.
grain of salt. You take it with a grain of salt. You try not to, you know. I always look at the audience. Let's just say there's 40 people that showed up in the 300 seat or 400 seat or whatever. They don't know the logistics. They don't know the issues. They don't know how long it took for you, how hard it took for you to get there. All I know is they paid their ticket. They want to be entertained, and I can do that. So I try to treat every gig like that. You know.
And you know what? You make the people happy. Like our trusted member Gisela, she met
Yeah.
you. I think was in Hamburg,
Uh huh.
and at the holidays, and she said
Oh yeah.
she wrote she you take your time for the fans, and she confirmed this. So that's
I
his.
do. I do. I'm very appreciative. Whether it be tens, hundreds, thousands, I try to do my best and show appreciation, because without the fans, bro, we don't have a career.
Marco, even you love your own music, but I love also one cover, and
Hmm.
I want to bring this on in now, because it's hard to cover something and give the vibe to the song, like Phil Lynott has this voice who makes Thin Lizzy. It's very
Yes, I
hard to
agree.
listen to Thin Lizzy songs without Phil Lynott.
I agree. 100%.
And you covered what maybe the best song from Thin Lizzy, which was a favorite in the 80s, is Chinatown.
Chinatown.
and
Yeah.
and you nailed this song, because you gave
Well,
You gave the song exactly the vibe of Phil Lynott.
Thank
Do
you.
you know?
Michael Tramp was there too. He came in. That's another story. But uh, yeah, I wanted to pay tribute to some of the bands I had spent time with, and I
Yes,
spent a long time with Thin Lizzy, a lot of years, with a lot of different lineups and all that stuff. And I just still believe Thin Lizzy's one of the all-time great bands of rock
absolutely.
and roll, man. And all their music, they have so many songs. In my opinion, Chinatown was not the one that everybody did, everybody covered. In my opinion, it was something that was identifiable to the catalog of Thin Lizzy for the Thin Lizzy fans, but it was still a little on the B side, if you want to call it. There's no B sides, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do. Every time you hear a band cover songs from Thin Lizzy, you hear the same thing: Jailbreak, Boys Are Back in Town, Still in Love with You, Dancing in the Moonlight, the big hits.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something a little bit obscure, just pay tribute to the years that I spent there, like I did with Ted Nugent,
Yeah.
with Hey
And
Baby.
now
And hopefully in the
we
future
pay
I'll do
tribute.
that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Keep this because you give them the old vibe back.
I have to say, man, I don't take the time to listen to my stuff. And when I do, I'm reminded of all these beautiful memories. I got to give credit to Tramp. Michael we were recording, obviously, I told you, in Copenhagen at
Mike
Medley
Tramp,
Studio. Yeah, I call
the
him Michael.
White Lion Mike Tramp.
Mike Tramp, yeah, he's
Ah,
he's Danish and he's a friend of Soren's and a friend of mine, and I'm a big fan. He's a great cat, and he just happened to be coming over to say hello to Soren, unbeknownst to him that we were working, and he showed up and he found out that I was going to do a salute to Thin Lizzy, and he's a big Phil Lynott, Thin Lizzy fan, like all of Scandinavia. I mean, all the whole world, but Scandinavia and Germany, up there. So, Soren said, "What do you think if we have?" Absolutely, he did a brilliant job on the guitar. The guitar solo also. Excuse me. With my time with Richard Fortis from Guns N' Roses, we spent a lot of time with that Daisies. That was actually the first lineup, and I have great memories with that lineup, man. I think it was, in my opinion, it was the most creative, and it was really cool, man. Dizzy Reed and Richard Fortis, Frank Ferrer came and played as well, recorded. But long story short, him and I had been talking about doing something, and he's a big Thin Lizzy fan because he's also, a lot of people don't know this because it was short-lived, but he was a Thin Lizzy alumni. He came in after Vivian Campbell left. And he was there for a little bit, and then Guns N' Roses started going, so he had to split. But, so, yeah, there was a lot of mutual respect, and we got along. We got to be good friends. And so, just out of nowhere, I hit him up. I sent an email. I said, "Richard, I have a song here that I think you would love. You would dig it if you could. I would dig it if you could play on it if you have time. If I could afford you or whatever." We talked business and all that. And he hit me right back. This is Marco. I was in Europe. He was in St. Louis. And he's like, "Marco, I'm leaving in about 9 hours to South America to start the tour with Guns N' Roses." I'm like, well, whatever. It didn't happen. And then he followed the email with saying, "But what song is it? Let's just do it. Let me give you a couple of passes." And he did one pass, sent it over. We heard it. I'm going, that's the one. And boom, it's on the.
easy like
It's
this,
on.
man.
That's how it is. That's how my life is in the creative mode. You reach out. You reach out to people and you respect and you look up to as players, as human beings. That's important to me. That I dig the people I'm surrounded by and work with. And he was cool enough to send that, and we kept it. So a lot of credit to you, Richard, and Mike Tramp. Thank you so much. It's
The
documented.
professionals.
There it is. Huh?
I tell you, I just saw an interview yesterday with the guy who is responsible that I am a host. You know who is it?
Who?
Leland Sklar.
Leland, my
Sklar,
fellow bass player that I look up to.
Yes, he is responsible that I do this show, because without Leland Sklar, I would not do the show. And he said something yesterday very interesting when he was with Phil Collins. And normally with Genesis, you need a month to rehearse if you change something, like the chord.
Yeah.
And Phil Collins, 5 minutes, no joke, 5 minutes before the show, he said, "Oh, I'm not good well today. Could we lower?" Is that he did in 5 minutes? Okay, quickly, because professionals, they know exactly what to do. They do it in 5 minutes. That changed before showtime.
Yes.
And this is amazing, huh?
I'll tell you a little secret as a bass player. One of the reasons, I always played multiple string basses other than 4, 5, 6. But when you're playing with dynamic singers like that and you go out on long tours, it's always to be expected now. Now I have the experience, and I know I always bring my 5-string just in case, because we can transpose immediately as opposed to tuning down. And so you got to be ready for that. That's one of the things that you have in your pocket. It's a tool that you bring out when you need to transpose on the spot, and that's where the Nashville thing came from. The Nashville session guys started doing numbers, because numbers, if you knew the numbers, you could play it in any key instantly.
Yeah.
You do 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5 in G and A or in C or in F. It's a trip. So those are some of the things that you learn along the way. But Lee Sklar, man, he's the ultimate freaking session guy of all time. And he's a lovely guy. He's a funny guy. No, what happened? Don't tell me bad
She had an
news.
accident in Spain.
No.
Yes, she
when?
was on the way, last couple of days, and she's now in surgery. She was on a wipe, and she fell on a rock with the back, and they had a unbelievable gruesome trip back from Europe to.
What were they doing?
On a whip, or what calls it?
They were skiing.
I think wipe. Yeah, she fell with her back on a stone. And crashed the spine, and they had to bring her back to the States, and then now she's in surgery, but I think was successful. So he canceled all commitments. He's on her side in the hospital.
I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. I think I have his number. I should reach out and say something.
I wrote to him because I was in touch with him 2 years ago when I started the show to interview him, but he said, and he wrote back, but now he's too busy, and so now I not ask him.
Anything for you,
My
Ritchie.
man.
You're a sweetheart, bro.
So it's a pleasure, because I love to talk to the real deal, and you are the real deal, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
I give you many summers and winters full of rock and roll, and because it's not easy. Look at what's happened now. Kiss are done in December, and they will done for sure this time. Ozzy done, then Bon Jovi done, Whitesnake done, and I think they're not coming back. I have the feeling.
I think there are going to be exceptions. You never say never in our business.
Well, hopefully.
I think the amount of work is going to be minimal, but they will.
Maybe a residence in Las Vegas in the end.
Yeah.
Why not?
Tyler also, Aerosmith, I was sorry to hear that.
Oh my God.
But the reality, we're physical beings, man. What we're not able to do in our 70s and 80s, what we were used to do in our 20s and 30s. It's a trip,
Absolutely.
I have a few years left, and I'm trying to make the best of it and try to be as creative as I can.
You have our back. I will tell you, I will support the good spot because you support me.
Absolutely.
All your nice words, you have no idea what this means for me, because I'm a self-made host. I was a singer, and now since 666. But this is only this show. We reached the 900 shows since October 2020. I did 900 shows with the morning shows. So I'm close to the 1,000. Let's see how it goes.
Good for you, brother. Keep going.
Thank you, Marco.
Yes.
Thank you so much.